So I'm back in the US and I've been here for a couple days and wanted to give just a final recap like I usually do on these vlogs of the trip. That was my third trip to the country of Nicaragua, and one of the things that's amazing is that when you go back to a country on a regular basis, you get to experience how God is impacting people's lives and follow along with them. I've got a friend who he's there. He was our driver for the last couple of trips. The first time, his name's Aaron. First trip I was there, I just remember him being in our services and so hungry for God. He would just be locked into everything I was preaching, and God's just been working on him the last couple of years. And recently, just a couple months ago, Rob and Nita were able to hire him on full time with the ministry, and he does an awesome job with the kids, is learning English really well, and just to see how God is growing him has been incredible. There's a young man named Silvio that Rob and Nita have been ministering to for a long time in his life. Came from a very difficult situation from in his family, and just didn't have a lot of opportunities. But Rob and Nita saw something in him, and last year I was there in an outdoor service. I'll never forget it. He responded to the altar call for salvation, and now a year later, he's just been active with working with Rob and Nita to help them out. Young man, full of potential and loves the Lord. And so it's been awesome to see these stories of people that I've been able to stay in touch with and to see what God's doing in their lives. The pastoral conferences were very well received. People were so hungry for training materials, and Rob and Nita are actually going to continue those conferences with the Crucified Lifestyle book. He's already booked one in one of the churches I preached at. So coming up this summer, they're going to be doing a Crucified Lifestyle Pastors Conference. So he'll continue to use those books to get them into the hands of pastors. But we were super grateful for what God was doing through them, and just for how appreciative the people were. I really believe that's going to make an impact there in the churches. And Rob also texted me just a couple days ago. If you've been following along with the vlogs, there was a outdoor service that we did early on in the trip, and there was a group of young boys that were drinking. You can kind of tell that they were just, they're around the corner, and they were just not with it. And I shared the gospel with them. Nobody wanted to pray or anything like that. They were kind of standoffish. But Rob said that the pastor there, his name's Lionel, he said one of those young men actually came to the church to talk to the pastor a couple days after we had that meeting. And so super encouraged, because you just never know when we do trips like this. You go in, you preach, you pour in. We poured everything out. Our team, me, Rob, Nita, Adam, we just gave everything that we could. Our Jonathan and Aaron, our translators, Edwin, who translated the pastors' conferences. We poured out so much, prayed for so many people. And you just leave the seed there, and you just, trust the Lord with it. So to already get feedback of what God's doing and to see how God's continuing to move in that country is super encouraging. And so just I'm filled with gratitude, still trying to process everything. So much happened in a short period of time. And it's just amazing to think of all the things that God did and how he's going to use what we were able to, pour out to impact future generations. We had a lot of kids give their lives to Christ and want to pray and receive the Lord. And so you just never know what their story is going to be like one day. And so I just want to stop and say thank you to all of you who've been following along. So many have reached out, been texted me, emailed me, saying we're praying for you on Facebook, and just different places on YouTube as well, just saying, we're with you. And so thank you for being a part of this journey. Seriously, the prayers of God's people keep us going. These trips are exhausting, spiritually draining, and yet we find the grace to be able to continue on because we know people are with us. So thank you for praying for those who invested financially into the trip, as well as those who support Make Way Ministries. A special thank you to you, because you really, truly make this possible. Places like Nicaragua, we don't take up offerings. Everything is donated and given because they don't have anything to give to us. And so, one church gave me an offering, and I was like, I didn't want to take it, but they said they want to honor you. And so just a small amount of money, but it was a blessing to receive. So, we're not able to do this without the funding. So thank you for all of you who've sown in, and I'm looking forward to hitting the ground running here in America and continuing on the path and seeing God continue to move. Wherever the gospel is preached, he shows up. So God bless you, and thanks for being a part of it.